Florida is a place of contrasts where beauty meets chaos and paradise hides its darkest secrets. From the sun-soaked shores of Fort Myers to the turquoise waters of the Keys, millions come seeking escape. But for some, these idyllic coastlines became a prison. Today we're going to discuss the involvement Wade Wilson had with a secret organization in Florida that was involved with drugs, sex trafficking, and murders in the last 15 years. On Friday, August 9, 2024, at approximately 7:16 a.m., Lee County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Valson responded to call from Sandra Stillwell, the mother of Eric James Brown, a character on The Deadliest Catch. The report reads, Stillwell stated her neighbor's son, George Joseph, left a suspicious package in her mailbox. George informed the victim that he needed to talk to her and had a gift from his mother. The victim declined to meet with George and told him to put the gift in the mailbox. When the victim went to check her mailbox at 6 a.m., she noticed a black pad folio and tablet stuffed inside her mailbox. Fear of whose property it would be, the victim called the Lee County Sheriff's Office for assistance to collect the items. The victim advised she was being extorted by her son, Eric Brown, Wade Wilson, Tommy Williams, and Lewis. The victim received text messages from Tommy and George saying they were going to the news about her funding a drug organization. The question remains, what was on the tablet and what was in the portfolio? With the help from the creator, Melissa Jade, we were able to obtain the text messages between George, Tommy, and Eric's mom. In these messages, as you can see, George was adamant about putting the items in her mailbox. The ending messages is what was disturbing, saying Tommy can make this go away. Tommy is a magician, and also part of the band called the World's Greatest Villains. The other members of this band is Mila's husband, Lorenzo, and in a familiar face, he was at the courthouse, Jake. Jake recently was arrested for beating on his mother, and Lorenzo is a certified pedophile and is on the registry in Lee County. In a music video, and you can't make this up, Mila, a victim, stars as a person getting kidnapped and possibly showing what really goes down in Fort Myers. Now, as for George, the neighbor that was trying to extort Eric's mother, he passed away in January, and we see Mila and the crew really upset about this. Now, Sandra Stillwell is one of the richest people in Fort Myers. Could there be any truth to what Wade, Tommy, and George was saying? Could she be the ringleader of a drug organization? When Wade Wilson moved to the Keys, an unknown female introduced him to Eric James Brown, a character of The Deadliest Catch and son of Sandra, the leader of the alleged drug organization. This audio recording is Jesse Wade Wilson's girlfriend, but at the time she was going by Marie, and this is what her and Wade had to say about this.
Wade initially started working for the organization around February of 2019, and he worked with them for about 8 months until his arrest. Initially, he was brought in as a security detail. Because of his size, people are naturally intimidated by him, but didn't ask many questions about the job because he needed one and they were offering. He moved to the Florida Keys to work at a resort, and he lived on a 3-story yacht that was part of the resort. Everything initially started out okay, but about 2 days after he moved to the resort, that's when the main boss, Eric James Brown, asked Wade to be part of his first meeting, as another gentleman would be coming in and he needed to talk business. At this meeting is where Wade truly understood his role and why he was asked to be part of the business, again, to be security and intimidating due to his size. And he understood that the business had to deal with guns and drug trafficking. Wade made a comment that the gentleman at the meeting stated that they would make sure there was enough ice in the ice machines. Ultimately, ice is referring to meth. Wade then started to learn about the chain of command. Tommy Williams was second in command and the main drug runner. Wade then met Josh Mateo Luckish through Eric at the resort at a party they were hosting. Over time, Wade ended up becoming the second in command. Wade then met Josh Mateo Luckish through Eric at the resort at a party they were hosting. Over time, Wade ended up becoming the second in command, and he also learned that there was a private airport nearby in Marathon, Florida, only about 15 minutes away from the resort. They also had multiple cigarette boats at the resort, the yacht Wade lived on, and later on, Eric purchased a 2-person plane that could take off from the water. They utilized these forms of transportation to get the guns and drugs transported from Costa Rica, Jamaica, islands and Bahamas, even more places, back to Florida. And if you see it, it's only going to be a couple-hour boat ride from the Florida Keys to Costa Rica. The organization controlled the entire Keys, all of the drugs and guns coming in and out. had power and control over many people who lived in what they call the trailers in the Keys, and they continued to expand through Florida and other states. He was required to meet Eric's mother, Sandra Stillwell Youngquist, who is truly the main boss of the organization. She came down to the resort in Conch Key and interviewed Wade to make sure he was legitimate and was ready to be fully involved in their business.
Eric allegedly had Wade do a lot of dirty work for him. The creator Jumpsuit Pablo interviewed Wade Wilson's former cellie, and he was able to put some pieces together 6 months ago.
The state had against him for these, for what he was in there for, not related to this that I'm about to talk about, but they got very close with each other in that way. He said that with these, the evidence and the papers that were passed under the door, there was something there about a guy who was on The Deadliest Catch. The TV show, if you're not familiar with it, this is what it looks like. It's The Deadliest Catch. And he said there's a guy on there with an anchor tattoo under his eye. And he says that Wade basically was paid by this guy $80,000, and he had that money because he was very well paid by appearing on this TV show from The Deadliest Catch. He paid Wade to murder somebody. That's what this paperwork said that he saw, and it had a picture of him. Okay. But he says that apparently they didn't have enough evidence, and Wade went on to kind of just beat these charges, or these charges got dropped, which is a very common thing. If they don't have enough evidence and you're not ready to just plead guilty, they can't trick you into really just like confessing and incriminating yourself. They'll, after a certain amount of time goes by, these charges may get dropped. And so he says that's pretty much what happened. They didn't have enough on Wade for whoever he allegedly killed, that he was paid to kill by this guy from The Deadliest Catch. I reach out to Wade's ex-girlfriend, Kelly Matthews, because she said Wade left her, Kelly, for a girl named Sarah. Sarah then at one point left Wade, probably after Wade got locked up, for a man who is a cast member of the TV show Deadliest Catch. And she sent me a photo of him, and here he is. And I know this may be a stretch and a reach, but I mean, I'm starting to see how him and Wade probably are in the same kind of social circle. Seems like they both kind of like to do the same type of thing. His girlfriend goes on to say that, now that she thinks about it, Wade did come home one night with a man's change of clothes from another man, basically, and a bloody crowbar. She says she did ask him, like, what the heck is this? What's going on? And of course, he wouldn't tell her much of anything. All he said is, we need to get rid of this. Take care of it. And gave her the crowbar. And she says she threw the bloody crowbar, into the woods. And as far as I know, the police don't know about this, and this never came out. And all I can't help but think, if the police found that and tested it, the blood on it, we might have a whole new murder here.
Now Eric is locked up in Lee County Jail for stealing jet skis and doing some dirty dealings behind abandoned boats. Eric seems to be at rock bottom and is not receiving any more help from his mother and alleged drug ring leader, Sandra. Now, before we get into this next part, we want to say this is allegedly unlike the Eric and Sandra situation. We don't have paperwork to back up these claims. Jesse and Wade go on to say Wade got sent to Fort Myers to work at Mila's Spa, and they alleged some wild claims.
Eric then told Wade he needed him to go to Fort Myers to look after the girls in the spa there as security. Tommy came with him to Fort Myers, and Wade stayed at Josh Mateo's condo at the time in the area. Eric told Wade to not get involved with any of the girls at the spa, including Mila, because Mila and Tommy used to date. All of the girls at the spa are licensed, so it looks legit, but it's ultimately covering up the illegal operations. Wade started getting into the motions of the business and operations and was still mainly used as security for the girls. Wade even mentioned that they would make home or hotel visits, and he would go with the girls to drive them to make sure they would be okay. They would even bring massage tables and items, so it kept up the idea that the business was legitimate. While he was in Fort Myers, all of the guns and drugs were kept at Josh Mateo's warehouse that he used for his graphic design company, Mateo Graphics. Josh had a Cuban friend who kept his large trucks on his property. They would utilize those trucks to load the guns and drugs on and then cover it with debris to make it not look quite as sketchy. Wade started dating Mila. A few months later, they started talking about leaving the organization and moving to Hawaii. Now, they chose Hawaii because Mila previously dated a professional surfer there, lived in Hawaii, and was a prostitute there. Eric, Tommy, and Josh caught wind that they were planning to leave and take the rest of the girls with them. They were knocking on the glass window, and Tommy was standing there with a man named Chris Brown, who was a very big bouncer and security guy for the organization. Tommy tried to get Wade to go outside and talk with him, and Wade said he would only speak to Tommy if Chris went back to the car. Once Chris went back to the car, Wade went outside, and that's when Tommy told him that they were aware of what he was up to and threatened that if he tried to leave, they would kill him.
Now, before we go any farther, this video isn't to prove Wade Wilson didn't commit the murders. He did commit the murders. The evidence is overwhelming, but the possibility of multiple parallel crimes getting committed during this heinous crime is exactly what happened. This is just the beginning of this conversation. The YouTube streets will continue to dive deep and unlock all these characters and start a thought-provoking conversation. Let's begin the show.
YouTube Streets Podcast, man. New Age Plug. You did it again. You already know what it is. We got Ronnie Blue Eyes in the building. Yeah. We got DVS stuck in the system. We here. What up, fellas? Man, so basically, before we're talking right now, I already had this video play. So we're basically going to react to the video that just played. But I need y'all to watch this before we get into the conversation. And I'm able to dive more deep into it. So
we got to get into this in real time.
So listen, DVS, because this is, I have it on a different channel. And it's, but you can pause it at any time to talk. This isn't, you don't have to play it through. Honestly, I recommend us to pause this a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Well, let's get right into it, man.
Florida is a place of contrasts where beauty meets chaos and paradise hides its darkest secrets. From the sun-soaked shores of Fort Myers to the turquoise waters of the Keys, millions come seeking escape. But for some, these idyllic coastlines became a prison. Today we're going to discuss the involvement Wade Wilson had with a secret organization in Florida that was involved with drugs, sex trafficking, and murders in the last 15 years. On Friday, August 9, 2024, at approximately 7:16 a.m., Lee County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Valson responded to call from Sandra Stillwell.
Yeah, shout out to Dave, man. Dave does the fucking damn thing. Every time, all the time, on the money with the straight fucking direct message, man. Ain't nobody got a Dave.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Dave is long in this one. Dave is long in this one, but he's painting the picture of what's going on. So this is a DR that Melissa Jade helped us get, and it's going to explain. This is going to set the tone of the whole video. So let's get to it. DVS, mute up. When you're not talking, you got some weird background music or background noise.
Yeah, DVS a little staticky tonight. Let's get right into it.
A character on the deadliest catch. The report reads, Stillwell stated her neighbor's son, George Joseph, left a suspicious package in her mailbox. George informed the victim that he needed to talk to her and had a gift from his mother. The victim declined to meet with George and told him to put the gift in the mailbox. When the victim went to check her mailbox at 6:02 a.m., she noticed a black padfolio and tablet stuffed inside her mailbox. Fear of whose property it would be, the victim called the Lee County Sheriff's Office for assistance to collect the items. The victim advised she was being extorted by her son, Eric Brown, Wade Wilson, Tommy Williams, and Lewis. The victim received text messages from Tom.
So this is George. This is George Joseph. So Eric and his mom, they live next door to each other. So you have Sandra and Eric, and this is a mansion. This is a gated community.
Right. This is the nice area of Florida. Don't get it fucked up. Right.
Rich boys, and they're and that we're gonna get to it at the end because I think I figured it all out. And I'm going to get to my opinion at the end because that's what, but we'll do that. We're doing the facts now, and that's what Dave's doing. I'm going to show you guys that. Go ahead and continue, and I'm going to show you the house and stuff too.
El Plaga.
Tommy and George saying they were going to the news about her funding a drug organization. The question remains, what was on the tablet and what was in the portfolio? With the help from the creator, Melissa Jade, we were able to obtain the text messages between George, Tommy, and Eric's mom. In these messages, as you can see, George was adamant about putting the items in her mailbox. The ending messages is what was disturbing, saying Tommy can make this go away. Tommy is a magician, and also part of the band.
Y'all know Tommy, right?
Oh, shit is getting sticky, my guy.
Good old Tommy. Oh, shit, Tommy.
So this is the house right here, right? And they were putting, all right, so this is what the items were put in there. Okay, so, and we had the text messages, we have everything, we had the exchange, we have the DR that Wade Wilson and Eric received as well. We
got laid out to play it out, right?
Yeah, this isn't a conspiracy, guys. This is on paper. This happened. So George tells her, my mom has a gift for you, and I need to put it in your mailbox. Instead of her taking, and the gift was a portfolio binder thing, and then it was a tablet, right? And instead of taking that stuff, she called the police and told her, and then it gave them the text messages, because if you read that last one, I'm going to take this back down and go rewind back just a little bit. It says Tommy will make this all go away, can make this all go away.
Yeah.
Saying Tommy can make
so the
this.
question is this: what was on that tablet, right? From what I'm heard, and so this is where I didn't put in the video because it's going off of people that are close to the situation, and I can't say who told me, but it's the Jesse interview. It's the Jesse claiming that Wade and it implicates Eric's mother, implicates everybody. He's snitching.
Exactly. Good point. And not to cut you off, my brother, but I was gonna say the same thing. It's implicating Tommy. Scandalous.
Yeah. So and what's on that tablet says that Tommy was in second command and Wade took his spot, and Tommy was always pissed off about that.
Oh shit!
Allegedly.
He may got stepped down, and that'll bring some animosity to the whatever the fuck that you want to call that unit, crew, slime ball crew, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, and these are the rich kids you're talking about, right? Those kids that been silver spoon fed their whole life.
Yeah, and another thing too, what's going to make this even more crazy, they're all in a band together. Enzo, Mila's husband, Tommy, and Jake, the other person that just got done beating up his mom, man. And we're going to be getting into that too.
Beat up his mom?
Yeah, it ended up being his mom. Remember we told you, everybody, that he went ham on Grams? He beat up some old person?
Damn.
Well, that ended up being his mother, dude. The dude's a piece of
Grams?
shit. The dude's a piece of shit.
But it ended up dropping bombs on moms?
He ended up dropping bombs on moms. It's horrible, bro.
Damn,
right.
Bro.
There's got to be somebody out there who doesn't agree with that kind of stuff. Hands on Grams. Ooh, no.
We do not condone this
Absolutely not, man.
type of behavior.
Somebody needs to show him the feeling.
Oh, guess what? That wasn't the first time he did that either. Multiple times. He had already been convicted for doing it before.
Really?
Yeah, so this time he got arrested for it, and everyone's like, oh, he has to go through this. Well, Wade Wilson, everyone's calling him guilty because we're going by the pattern of him. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to keep the same energy with Jake.
Right, yeah.
Jake
Degenerate scumbag.
Jake the Snake. Shout out to the real Jake the Snake. He was my wrestler back when I was a young child. Got a wild story about Jake the Snake.
This go away. Tommy is a magician, and also part of the band called the World's Greatest Villains. The other members of this band is Mila's husband Lorenzo, and in a familiar face, he was at the courthouse, Jake. Jake recently was arrested for beating on his mother, and Lorenzo is a certified pedophile and is on the registry in Lee County.
Whoa.
Yeah, son. We already knew this, though.
It sounds different when Dave says it. Dave says it feels different, right? It sounds.
I know.
Whoa.
But listen, 17-year-old with a 35-year-old, we do have the paperwork on that too. If anybody wanted to see that, I just didn't pull it up. It's just plain when you're on Megan's Law, when you're registered sex offender, there isn't really much more I need to show. Like, you're on the list, bro. You're there. You're a piece of shit.
The gloves are off. No mercy.
In a music video, and you can't make this up, Mila, a victim, stars as a person getting kidnapped and possibly showing what really goes down in Fort Myers.
Pause it right
as
there.
For George.
So Mila was in a music video. Lorenzo is in this band, and she's playing somebody. Look at her, dude. She's crying. She's tied up.
It's a lot younger, a little less stressed out. Looks like she hasn't been through as much.
It's just crazy when you're on paperwork. Somebody is saying that you're the drug king leader, and you got your neighbor's son pushing that narrative, trying to extort a lady.
I've been saying from the very beginning, man, that Mila is a victim, but you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, like a lot of these way white.
Well.
She's a victim, but there's parallel crimes, so she's
convenient. It's only convenient for her when it's time to play the victim, bro.
No, she's definitely in this case with Wade Wilson, bro. Wade almost killed her, bro. So she is the victim, 100%. But there's parallel crimes that's happening. Yeah, I know what you're saying. On the other sense of it, I know.
You got a lot of Wade whites out here begging for redemption, right? But they got to ask God for mercy, not the YouTube streets.
The neighbor that was trying to extort Eric's mother. He passed away in January, and we see Mila and the crew really upset about
Okay,
this.
so George died.
Now
Pause.
Sandra Stillwell
That's
is...
another thing. We're going to get to that. So George passed away. The
Look at
dude that
cougar.
put the portfolio in her, this is Eric's mom right here.
My bad, my bad.
Rawr.
This is the
Forgive
leader.
me.
This is who they're saying the drug kingpin leader is. This
She
lady
look
right
like
here.
she could be a part of some hierarchy, some wild shit. She looks like
This looks like the leader of the Hunger Games, bro. That's crazy.
Nah, she looks like she's into some
Easy,
hardcore
easy.
BDSM shit. Like
Easy.
she gets
Take
raunchy.
it easy.
Respectfully.
But the neighbor George passed away, and that's who Tommy and Mila was talking about a month ago when they said their friend passed away. This is the same person that was threatening this lady right here
Wow.
with extortion.
Wow.
Tommy
But
can make
I
it go
thought
away.
I thought she was like the Kingpin though.
The pieces of the puzzle.
That's
are
what-
starting to
that's
click.
where you're
It's
gonna-
starting to fit though.
I'm gonna give you my opinion on that at the end. I know it will all click at the end. Go ahead.
So she's a victim, or she's like the big.
She is
homie?
no technically she's a victim because she's the one that called, but she's being alleged as being a drug ring leader by Tommy, Eric, her own son, Wade Wilson, and also George, her
Wow.
next door neighbor, and she's friends with his mother.
She's being implicated.
If you rewind back just a little bit, you can
These
see
could
the
be
dude's
just
mother.
these fucking spoiled
Damn.
brat kids are just fucking conniving and
That okay, so now you already cut to the, so I'm gonna explain that at the end. Go ahead, I'll explain. You basically just hit it right on the. You read it had it right on the head. They're opportunists. It's just like what Wade's saying. That dude that died in Mexico.
Right,
They
right.
took advantage of a situation. I'm gonna talk about this at the end, but go ahead.
Praying on the weak.
but she is a cougar though.
is one of the richest people in Fort Myers. Could there be any truth to what Wade, Tommy, and George was saying? Could she be the ringleader of a drug organization? When Wade Wilson moved to the Keys, an unknown female introduced him to Eric James Brown, a character of the Deadliest Catch and son of Sandra, the leader of the alleged drug organization. This audio recording
Yeah, and most of these dudes on that show are like full-blown fiends, bro. Like functioning addicts. Like they go out there and they do all those harsh jobs because they need that big lump sum so they can get back to the bag. And I don't mean like the money bag. I mean like the drug bag.
With Eric, he dated Wade's ex-girlfriend Sarah. Now Sarah recently her ID was found in the stolen jet skis that Eric got caught with. Eric's locked up in Lee County jail right now.
shit.
So, and we haven't heard anything for her. So if she's listening to this, if someone close to her, please let us know if Sarah's okay. Because that's the first thing.
Reach out.
Because the
Right.
She's
second,
probably just living her life. Most chicks do that, bro. They hop around, especially if a dude get locked up. Or
Facts.
she's still with him, and he put hands on her, and I got paperwork on that. I'm gonna show it in a second.
Bro,
Go ahead and
Man,
play
you
it.
put
How many-
hands on her.
Yo, listen, how many women stay with their abuser, bro? What does that have to do with anything?
Unfortunately,
But that's
a law.
but you're not getting the point. That's the whole point with Wade Wilson. He was putting on hands multiple women.
This
With
is
Eric,
right.
he's doing
this,
the same thing.
This is
Read
a
that.
proof of a history of
Well, you gotta
character.
remember these women allow that, and these dudes go for the women that allow that. So you gotta
Mm.
remember, it's a community of women that are allowing that, and they're allowing a bunch of men in that community, so they all know the
Not
behavior
just
pattern.
allowing it, they're attracted to it,
They're allowing the behavior
and they
pattern
attract it.
to be perpetuated, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, Ronnie.
Respectfully. No.
Go ahead and read that, DBS.
Please. If you would be so kind, my friend.
Man arrested in domestic case faces additional gun charge. A 36-year-old Capitiva, Florida man arrested on June 9th for domestic battery in which his girlfriend jumped from a second-floor hotel balcony has been additionally charged with possessing a firearm by convicted felon. Eric, you're a fucking idiot.
Damn, jumping
You don't
from
even
a
need to read no
balcony.
more. We'll let the people read that. But
Jumping from a
I just wanted to give you
balcony.
ID. This is from a situation
Man,
that
these
happened
dudes
with
want to
Sarah.
be cowboys/pirates, man. They're living a fantasy. All that money got them fucking bugging out. The drugs got
Sweet.
them wilding, bro. Drugs are bad.
Okay.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Well, we're gonna get further in this. You're
Right.
about to realize Eric had Wade Wilson allegedly do something to somebody, and this is it gets crazy, and this has already been out. We just putting the pieces together, but let's go.
Shout out to these idiots for making more content.
But at the time, she was going by Marie, and this is what her and Wade had to say about this.
Wade initially started working for the organization around February of 2019, and he worked with them for about 8 months until his arrest. Initially, he was brought in as a security detail. Because of his size, people are naturally intimidated by him.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
And they
Now
give it some
let it cook.
context. Let that
Oh.
Let
marinate.
Jessie cook for a minute. Because she
So
does lie in this too. I took out anything to do with the victims because at the end of the day, I want to make sure this message is clear. Wade Wilson killed Christine Millen and Diane Roos. Parallel crimes that were happening at the same time, and that's what we're diving into.
Right.
The people in this company that he was around were POSs. They were doing some disgusting behaviors.
And this the
They were
shit they not
chomos.
talking about. Right.
But didn't ask many questions about the job because he needed one and they were offering. He moved to the Florida Keys to work at a resort, and he lived on a 3-story yacht that was part of the resort. Everything initially started out okay, but about 2 days after he moved to the resort, that's when the main boss, Eric James Brown, asked Wade to be part of his first meeting as another gentleman would be coming in, and he needed to talk business. At this meeting is where Wade truly understood his role and why he was asked to be part of the business, again, to be security and intimidating due to his size. And he understood that the business had to deal with guns and drug trafficking. Wade made a comment that the gentleman at the meeting stated that they would make sure there was enough ice in the ice machines. Ultimately, ice is referring to meth. Wade then started to learn about the chain of command. Tommy Williams was second in command and the main drug runner.
Snitching.
Wade then met Josh Mateo Luckish through Eric at the resort at a party they were hosting. Over time, Wade ended up becoming the second in command. Wade then met Josh Mateo Luckish through Eric at the resort at a party they were hosting. Over time, Wade ended up becoming the second in command, and he also learned that there was a private airport nearby in Marathon, Florida, only about 15 minutes away from the resort. They also had multiple cigarette boats at the resort, the yacht Wade lived on, and later on, Eric purchased a 2-person plane that could take off from the water. They utilized these forms of transportation to get the guns and drugs transported from Costa Rica, Jamaica, islands and Bahamas, even more places, back to Florida.
Whoa.
Bro, I'm telling you, this shit gets crazy.
Sounds like I'm playing GTA right now. Wow. Jeez.
And this is our, look at, you know what we're watching right now? This is a clip from a video that we already put out that it was Marie back then. We weren't listening to this because our focus, we already knew it was bullshit, but there's stuff in this little tinkles of fucking truth in this damn bitch, and Wade did, right?
Even though she gassing it, she got to sound like he Dalton from Row House. You right, though.
Got you.
And if you see it, it's only going to be a couple-hour boat ride from the Florida Keys to Costa Rica. The organization controlled the entire Keys. All of the drugs and guns coming in and out, had power and control over many people who lived in what they call the trailers in the Keys, and they continued to expand through Florida and other states. He was required to meet Eric's mother, Sandra Stillwell Youngquist, who was truly the main boss of the organization. She came down to the resort in Conquy and interviewed Wade to make sure he was legitimate and was ready to be fully involved in their business.
Eric allegedly had Wade do a lot of dirty work for him. The creator Jumpsuit Pablo interviewed Wade Wilson's former cellie, and he was able to put some pieces together 6 months ago.
The state had against him for these, for what he was in there for, not related to this that I'm about to talk about, but they got very close with each other in that way. He said that with these, the evidence and the papers that were passed under the door, there was something there about a guy who was on The Deadliest Catch. The TV show, if you're not familiar with it, that's what it looks like. It's The Deadliest Catch. And he said there's a guy on there with an anchor tattoo under his eye. And he says that Wade basically was paid by this guy $80,000, and he had that money because he was very well paid by appearing on this TV show. I had a picture of him. Okay. But he says that apparently they didn't have enough evidence, and Wade went on to kind of just beat these charges, or these charges got dropped, which is a very common thing. If they don't have enough evidence and you're not ready to just plead guilty, they can't trick you into really just like confessing and incriminating yourself. They'll, after a certain amount of time goes by, these charges may get dropped. And so he says that's pretty much what happened. They didn't have enough on Wade for whoever he allegedly killed, that he was paid to kill by this guy from The Deadliest Catch. I reach out to
$80,000. They have an
Wade's
amount there,
ex-girlfriend,
bro.
Kelly Matthews.
$80,000. He got paid $80,000 to kill somebody, bro. Allegedly.
Damn.
Yeah, allegedly. That's wild.
It's a big bag, but not for all that.
Because she said Wade left her, Kelly, for a girl named Sarah. Sarah then at one point left Wade, probably after Wade got locked up, for a man who is a cast member of the TV show Deadliest Catch, and she sent me a photo of him, and here he is. And I know this may be a stretch and a reach, but I mean, I'm starting to see how him and Wade probably are in the same kind of social circle. Seems like they both kind of like to do the same type of thing. Girlfriend goes on to say that, you know, now that she thinks about it, Wade did come home one night with a man's change of clothes from another man, basically, and a bloody crowbar. She says she did ask him, like, what the heck is this? What's going on? And of course, he wouldn't tell her much of anything. All he said is, we need to get rid of this. Take care of it, and gave her the crowbar. And she says she threw the bloody crowbar into the woods. And as far as I know, the police don't know about this, and this never came out. And all I can't help but think, if the police found that and tested it, the blood on it, we might have a whole new murder here.
Now Eric is locked up in Lee County.
Wow, Plug.
I know, man. And it came out of Jumpsuit's mouth. The jumpsuit was back in the, he put that video out like 6 months ago. So back then, he was putting pieces together. That it's crazy, bro.
Everybody's got a little piece of the puzzle, man, and we're getting it. We're getting it. Wow.
It's coming together for sure.
Jail for stealing jet skis and doing some dirty dealings behind abandoned boats. Eric seems to be at rock bottom and is not receiving any more help from his mother and alleged drug ring leader, Sandra. Now, before we get into this next part, we want to say this is allegedly unlike the Eric and Sandra.
Sarah's ID was found in one of those stolen jet skis. We haven't heard or seen from Sarah in a minute, so I'm just hoping Sarah is okay. All right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then his mom has a lot of money, right? His mom ain't bailing him out no more. If she is a drug ringleader, she is basically saying, you know, I'm done. Anyways, in general, she's like, I'm done.
I'm wanting heat too, attention, right?
Yeah, they basically, if she was, they brought heat to her, and if you do that, son or no son, you know, what do? You know,
unneeded.
Yeah. So one of those text messages, Sandra says to George, why that she got rid of Wade. I'm going to read this real quick before we get into the Mila Spa section on this video. But it says, I told Eric to get rid of him because of the crazy way he was acting. He was pretty creepy, and I immediately felt threatened. But didn't Wade said that he met the mom, and that's when they told her about the organization. And then Jesse said that you know, Wade said that he didn't want to do any sex trafficking. He just wanted to mess with the guns and the drugs. So it's kind of like it's going in line a little bit. Like what he's like, he doesn't know that she texted this. Like Wade Wilson doesn't know that she texted this. So why is it kind of going in line with what he's saying?
Right.
Good work, Plug. Good fucking work.
A situation. We don't have paperwork to back up these claims. Jesse and Wade go on to say Wade got sent to Fort Myers to work at Mila's Spa, and they alleged some wild claims.
Eric then told Wade he needed him to go to Fort Myers to look after the girls in the spa there as security. Tommy came with him to Fort Myers, and Wade stayed at Josh Mateo's condo at the time in the area. Eric told Wade to not get involved with any of the girls at the spa, including Mila, because Mila and Tommy used to date. All of the girls at the spa are licensed, so it looks legit, but it's ultimately covering up the illegal operations.
Wow.
Wade started getting into the motions of the business and operations and was still mainly used as security for the girls. Wade even mentioned that they would make home or hotel visits, and he would go with the girls to drive them to make sure they would be okay.
So basically, he was there for security. He wasn't supposed to be dipping in the product. He ended up creating a relationship or dominating Kelly.
Getting too comfortable, right? Or finding their foot, getting his foot in, right?
Seeing how they were doing everybody else and started kind of like half-ass extorting Kelly.
So let me tell you this real quick. So when it comes to that area, multiple spas have been caught for the crimes that they're alleging Mila Spa of doing. But Mila Spa has never been on paper, no illegal activity there. So this is all allegedly on this part because there ain't really paperwork to back it up. But we'll go to the Google reviews and multiple things like that, or Facebook. I think this is a Facebook review maybe. Somebody saying just a front of prostitution, right?
Lila.
Again,
big true. She works with her gang to smuggle drugs like coke and you believe her, just look into her eyes. They smuggle drugs and weapons. It's the mafia. They will block me here or delete the comment, but I will take a screenshot, run away from Mila and Lorenzo. This is the whole gang.
Yeah.
To make it even more weird, the person that's on paper that owns Mila Spa has passed away since 2009.
No shit.
Yeah.
They had to have changed that name by now, man. All this.
I don't understand it. Yeah, I don't understand it. It's crazy, bro.
At least.
Okay. They would even bring massage tables and items, so it kept up the idea that the business was legitimate. While he was in Fort Myers, all of the guns and drugs were kept at Josh Mateo's warehouse that he used for his graphic design company, Mateo Graphics. Josh had a Cuban friend who kept his large trucks on his property. They would utilize those trucks to load the guns and drugs on and then cover it with debris to make it not look quite as sketchy. Wade started dating Mila. A few months later, they started talking about leaving the organization and moving to Hawaii. Now, they chose Hawaii because Mila previously dated a professional surfer there, lived in Hawaii, and was a prostitute there. Eric, Tommy, and Josh caught wind that they were
allegedly. This is Jesse saying this, not us.
Yeah, Marie, right? Jesse
Marie. Jesse. It's Jesse. It was Marie then, but it's Jesse now. The real name Jesse.
Well, Jesse has a few alter egos that we've seen so far, so it's some split shit, if you ask me, on both ends.
To leave and take the rest of the girls with them. Knocking on the glass window, and Tommy was standing there with a man named Chris Brown, who was a very big bouncer and security guy for the organization. Tommy tried to get Wade to go outside and talk with him, and Wade said he would only speak to Tommy if Chris went back to the car. Once Chris went back to the car, Wade went outside, and that's when Tommy told him that they were aware of what he was up to and threatened that if he tried to leave, they would kill him.
Now, before we go any farther,
let me
this
pause
video
real quick.
Isn't to prove
so
Wade Wilson
that goes
didn't
in
commit
line. That goes in line when Tommy pulled up to try to fight Wade, and Wade wouldn't come out. Wade said on this that he didn't come out because he had the bouncer by the name of Chris Brown, which sounded like Chris Brown, right? Breezy, right? But I didn't look into Chris Brown yet because I'm going to wait for part 2. There's still more research I need to do to even put more pieces to this puzzle together. You got Bonnie Wiggins, this whole crew, and it trickles down to them. Like your Ocean's 11 theory DVS might be something even more deep than what that is.
Yeah, I was just trying to, attach the two, but I felt from the very beginning that this is a lot deeper than people would ever even imagine. I think this is what interested us the most in the beginning.
Yeah.
There was something off.
Devious,
Something was there that everybody else wasn't seeing.
the murders. He did commit the murders. The evidence is overwhelming, but the possibility of multiple parallel crimes getting committed during this heinous crime is exactly what happened. This is just the beginning of this conversation. The YouTube streets will continue to dive deep and unlock all these characters and start a thought-provoking conversation. Let's begin the show.
Facts.
So YouTube Streets podcast, we just reacted to the video that we played already. I don't know if people like this format, but it's kind of crazy because it's like our own content. But at the same time, right? Is there anything in there that didn't seem like it wasn't true? Because first of all, it starts off with paperwork. There's multiple people in that too. There's other names that I didn't even mention yet that have connections with those people I just mentioned earlier, like a Bonnie Wiggins. This one girl that's in the paperwork locked up the same time as Bonnie Wiggins. Lee County Jail is around this whole thing. It circles this, right? So it's just kind of it's like, is it all coincidence or is it just straight up like facts? With Mila Spa, that's the one thing that to me, I don't think there's enough evidence to say that Mila Spa was like one of those sex trafficking places,
like a hot spot, right.
Yeah.
But
now
at the same time, not relating to that specific situation, but
know,
like
man.
we're not allowed to believe in coincidences up here. Like in this true crime community, there are no coincidences. I feel like.
Now, when it comes to the mom being a drug ringleader leader, I don't think that's true either. I think that Eric and Tommy, they're all just these people that are opportunists. And I think they might have been doing some middleman work. I think they were doing some of that shit. I think Eric was using his money to do legal activity. Like,
And
you
then
know,
Eric and Tommy ratting on mommy. It's crazy.
right, bro. And Tommy, him threatening the mom, like it, or George insinuating Tommy did. That's another thing too. That George dude that passed away, this could have been all his little plot. It hadn't. It couldn't. We're only getting it from him. So
Right.
it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, this is wild. This is definitely coming together, though. I'm intrigued. I feel like my interest is peaking again.
Yeah. This gave a lot of context, you know, and it made it somewhat simple, but yet complex at the same time. So I'm looking forward to the next round.
Now Jesse and Wade are trying to use this as their advantage and make this whole other story saying that
Right.
Tommy and them did the killings and they framed Wade or whatever, right? That's not true. The evidence sits Wade Wilson did the murders, but it also goes in line with Papa Steve, bro. So Papa Steve saying you fucked up, right? All Wade had to do was put the body in the trunk. R.I.P. to that precious soul, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, I was going somewhere, but I don't know. You definitely you took me off my fucking pivot off that
Oh,
one.
facts, yeah. But yo,
Whoa.
as always, rest in peace to the victims and condolences to the
Oh, so
families.
yeah, absolutely. Rest in
Respectfully.
peace to the victims, first and foremost. Fuck Team Wade and fuck all these bitches, Wade wives and all them crazy, psychotic bitches. But it seems like he's really doing it to the point where if I'm going down, everybody that I know is going down too.
Everyone. Right.
I don't know if he's trying to use that as some kind of
Whether he
like
believes it or not, my bad, go ahead.
I don't know if he's trying to use that as some kind of like get out of jail free card to an extent. I mean, he can't get out,
Right.
but maybe he can get some extra privileges, or maybe he could use
Or
that
it's
as some
all
kind of
wreck. It
leverage.
could all just be wreck, something to do, like stir up some bullshit. Like, you never know, you know?
Yeah, and like I said, it seems like this shit has been all about content from the very beginning. I think he was very aware about social media and
Oh,
about
yeah.
the FOIAs and how to obtain information and phone calls. I think on the low, man, he's an executive producer and a half-ass director in a weird way. You know what I
And a
mean?
100%
And he picked
opportunist,
up
right?
a few people along the way that had the same kind of mindset. So
Right.
you know, um, I don't know. This is fucking interesting, though, and I'm
Oh,
like I said
definitely, to
before,
Let
say
I'm
me
the
ask you
intrigued.
this
least.
though. Let me ask y'all this. So that Josh dude that took the stand on Wade, the dude that Wade came up to his business and said what he did with the
When he
murders.
pulled up all sloppy, right.
Because that dude said he barely even knew Wade. Do you believe that? Because how do you go tell somebody you did these crimes if
So,
and then
you
also
either,
Josh said his gun was missing. That's another thing that's in the paperwork that
right.
they never really cleared up later on. He said
So,
Wade went over there and took his gun. But go ahead.
either that's one of the closest people on this earth to you, or he was straight up in a state of panic. And just the first place he thought of or saw, he just
Well,
stopped. You know what I mean?
I think Wade is more so thinking about who's gonna tell the message, who's gonna be able to tell the story. So I think he was thinking more so. You know what? He's gonna tell. He's gonna tell what's happening. So let me be the one to tell him, so he can be a good mouthpiece to the story that I'm creating. Just
Well, pulling up to any business where you got surveillance and cameras and civilians, like that's gonna be the case almost anywhere if he just pulled in randomly like that, you know?
Yeah, man, this shit gets so crazy. So you're telling me this is all coincidence, and then when we get to the Wade wives now, and we haven't been talking about her, I had you guys react to a call, and I'm gonna play this after what we're doing right now of the last call between Kelly and Jesse. Are you gonna tell me that Bonnie Wiggins' maiden name was her maiden name? And I'm not trying to say it, so I don't want her to privacy complain
Right.
me again. But the S name rhymes with Rom, right? You're gonna
yeah.
tell me that's a coincidence? You're gonna tell me they're not related?
Wow.
There's
That's
too
just
many
crazy.
coincidences, bro.
Yeah, too many. The math ain't matter.
And I don't believe in coincidences.
Not at all. Up here we can afford to, you know?
Yeah.
And how about the crowbar? Who did he kill, DBS?
I don't know, but this makes me
Or
think about why it was so easy for him to do what he did. He might have got a taste of that blood, and he was just high as a kite, and just said, "You know what? I want to feel a double euphoria," and I think he did it triple time.
or it could just be what did he do with it and who did he do it with. It might not be a whole thing like that. It might be something else because he's into some weird shit, bro. And we're seeing that play out time and time again.
And I could go even more deeper, but again, guys, they would have to give me like I don't want a badge, bro. I don't want to make like this is enough
You're almost
right
there,
here
brother. You're
where
almost
they can.
there.
Well, dude, there's well Kelly, a victim, which I believe that the police did neglect her, and it goes in line with them, the police officer not wanting to lock Wade up.
Yeah, I
So
Right.
remember that. I remember that. That was weird. That was definitely a weird
Crazy.
situation. And I think that's something we were stuck and focused on when we first heard about it.
and then they let him go again, bro. When they seen him at Mila Spa, they were trying to get him out the car to arrest him, but they really didn't give a fight to get him.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of those donut eating fat boys that were on the force at that time, man, they looked like they didn't want to move around too much. That one cop didn't even chase him in the car, like he just fuck it, whatever. So, a lot of that has to fall back on the negligence of the police out there too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But yeah, there's a lot of variables and a lot of situations that could have prevented him from doing what he did if somebody would have just stepped in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Because I don't look at him as like a natural born leader at all. It's actually the complete opposite. He's obviously a follower. He's a wannabe. He's obviously looking for
Well, I can't say.
he's always looking for acceptance in my eye, in my opinion. So
Well, I can't agree with you on it. I can, but I can't because um, he does. He definitely does mimic what he sees. So
yeah,
I
he got the
think
tendencies, to repeat and copy, but not truly lead.
okay, all right, because he definitely mimicked and copied what he
Right,
saw
right,
them
right.
doing
I
when he
can
got
see
to
that.
Mila Spa. He did try to become a leader. He just couldn't hold it together. You know what I
And that
mean?
and that kind of brings us back to what I was saying earlier. He kind of adopts different tactics from different people and applies
Yeah,
them when it's
he
necessary
is a jackal.
and
He's a
acts
fucking
accordingly.
jackal. He's a jackal,
Exactly.
bro.
Now the reason Eric is still locked up because the battery that he committed on Sarah actually got
Okay.
picked from 2020, actually got picked up in 2024 after he got arrested with the jet skis. So he had outstanding warrants from Monroe County, but he was arrested like 3 times in this time frame in Lee County with warrants out of Monroe, and they kept letting him out. So when he got caught with the jet skis, they actually picked that back up, and that's why he's still in there. I don't think they even got a bail for him because his mom has been bailing him out his whole life. If you really think about it, bro, it's a Wade Wilson movie, but he is like Sosa in it, or Alpo, bro. No, not Alpo. That was
Damn.
bad. Well. Wade would be Alpo, but
Yo, so listen, right? If Bunny ever made a movie on this, right? What character, what person, or what individual in different circumstances, you know what I mean, would you think she would portray, if any? Just hypothetically.
First, I want to give a shout out to Bunny and Jelly Roll. They are buying up land like the Chinese. I respect it all the way. They're doing their thing, man. I think she's learned from what she was doing before, how she was trying to obtain the content, and then she was using the old
Who would
tricks of the
she be in
trade.
the movie she was trying to make, homie? If she
And
was,
I'm getting to that. Just let me
alright,
be
alright,
respectful about it, brother.
alright. Nah, I know, but come on,
Um,
man.
on an acting tip, not on a personal
On the
who
acting
she is.
tip,
I think she could
strictly professional.
very well play Mila, bro, all the way.
Okay, on that, yeah, up in the spa, I can see that,
Respectfully,
right?
bro. Respectfully. On an acting tip, really getting into acting and mimicking
Yeah,
her,
just a
I
hypothetical
I could
professional,
see
like they were
that.
trying to make a series out
I
of
could
it.
see her do that. I could see her
If she
do
was
that.
to be involved
But
at all,
it's
because she
not
might
even
just be
worth it.
behind the
It wouldn't be
scene.
worth her time to even, you know what I mean? That
But it was something she was trying to pursue at one time, so I'm bringing
Yeah,
it
but I
up.
think she
So
was more so behind the scenes and
I was just gonna say that because it might just be something she might want to produce or co-produce or executive, whatever, behind the scenes, and not maybe particularly participate in the acting role. But who knows, man?
yeah, I would have to say Mila if she could get in a thespian role and really like. I think that would be the closest thing that she would be able to play.
That's a good answer, man.
Now, I want to end this with one more thing, man. It has really nothing to do with this, but we're going to come back to this. I'm going to do a live stream either tonight or tomorrow night. I'll let you guys know what we're going to do. But Luigi and Wade Wilson, what if I told you there's a connection there?
I've heard this conspiracy from you, Plug, and it is still got my wheels turning. I'm trying to connect it, so please, please break it down for me. For all of us, really.
All right. During the Wade Wilson, and this is a moderator. Also, I do want to give a couple thanks to everybody that helped with the research on this whole thing with Eric and Wade and this whole video. Basically, it's a moderator that
Definitely.
doesn't want credit, so I
Salute.
can't say her name. But I will say this: she has another theory, and it's very interesting. And this is what I'm about to pull up right now.
And not to rush you or anything, but I ought to start
Mm-hmm.
making this chicken. It's chicken Wednesdays.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. Hold on.
Wing Wednesdays. You making chicken wings? Call it Wing
Oh no, no,
Wednesday.
not chicken. No, it's not wings. It's a whole chicken,
Oh,
bro. Bacon
oh,
chicken,
word. Yeah,
whole
I'm doing the
baked
same
chicken.
thing.
I got the
I'm about to
onions, I
have
got the
some
potatoes, I got
rice.
the peppers. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
got the rice. I let it.
potatoes, all that.
Yeah, the potatoes too. And then what I do is I put the chicken broth in there, and then I let it, cook. And then I take that chicken broth and I make the rice, and then I give that last 25 minutes a nice, good, crisp, and ooh wee. Keep that
Yeah, I
onion.
just did a
The onion in the
sauce, some
center, man, keeps
meatballs,
everything so moist, bro. You know what I'm
some
saying? That
meatballs
onion
and
is the
pork. It's
secret
crazy.
to keeping the meat moist, bro.
Doing a beef stew tomorrow, but that sounds delicious. But oh, what do we have here? Ghost Rider.
Okay, yeah. Let me explain this. So
Ghost Rider
during the
33.
Wade Wilson sentencing, there was a commenter by the name of
Treat,
Ghost Rider
treat.
33. Ghost Rider 33 is an anime which actually represents a lot what Luigi stands for. And when you type in Luigi's name, this little username had popped up on some kind of like relative like search. So we don't know if people was already searching for this or it was actually something that he used. But
Right.
what would you call someone with the power to heal others but chooses to be evil? The American healthcare system with a cloud
Yep.
emoji and a finger pointed at the screen.
Yep. Yep. Wow.
Wow, that's
This gets
crazy.
this gets wild.
And then he did another one where he said, shout out to McDonald's, I do my first shift tomorrow.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, that's crazy.
That sounds wild. Fuck does that mean?
I'm going to pull it up right
He's
now. I do
really
not
out.
know.
That means he really out there in these YouTube streets.
All right, let's look for him. 33.
Yeah.
33. Where you at, 33? Don't take this
Shout out to
shit.
my teachers from high school who said I would work at McDonald's. I had my first shift on Monday.
Oh, he's
Aha,
going out there.
salute.
Oh, I get it now. Oh, all right.
Just think about that. Let that marinate. This is
Ooh.
a conspiracy tip type shit, but I'm telling you, man, that's weird. That was during the Wade Wilson live sentencing, way before Luigi committed no crimes, and that name is pops up with Luigi's name too.
Wow.
So yeah, just something to think about.
That's just definitely something to think about. Damn.
Imagine if that was Luigi.
Bro, there's another thing. Luigi has a picture with him with a McDonald's Happy Meal in a car. There's another mass killer by the name of Bobby, the one from the Illinois, the Highland Park. He has the same picture. So it's almost
Well,
like Luigi was kind of studying the
where
fame.
there's hey, oh, go ahead, my bad.
No, you're good, brother.
I was just gonna say where there's a Luigi, there's a Mario. You know,
Mm.
I've been waiting for Mario. Where's he? Where's he coming from?
hey, it might be shorter than we thought.
I don't know, man. Shout out to
YouTube
Mario.
streets,
Scandalous.
El Plaga, DVS, Ronnie Blue Eyes.
Have a good night, fellas.
Peace.
Salute to the chat. We appreciate everybody. We out.
Welcome to the YouTube streets. We're coming at you with another video. This is call number 5. Ronnie, what's good, baby?
Hey, what's going on, my guys? Got Blue Eyes. We back in the building. DVS stuck in the system. YouTube streets. Yeah.
You already know, man. Call 5. I'll try to delete it before anyone sees it.
Let's go.
Wade and Jesse.
Hey, baby. Can I bump you?
You talk to Kelly? Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a...
Yeah, so here's the thing. All right, listen, here's the thing Kelly said. So apparently it's possible that, okay, Brooke reported this to you, is that correct?
Yes, Brooke reported it to me.
All right,
and so
all
that's
right,
why
all
I'm
right.
trying to
It's
get
possible also that Brooke, I heard from Kelly that Brooke also said she might have misheard what was said as far as which Kelly they were talking about.
Yeah, but then I'm seeing in the chat they're saying, what group are you talking about? So I have a feeling that it was...
Now, listen, I need you to get on, listen. I need you immediately, this is what I need to do. Get on the Instagram page, right? Or, I'm sorry, when you can, message Haley and say, hey, the Kelly that you guys spoke about, who is that?
Okay.
I need
they're
that as
trying
soon
to
as
figure
possible
it out.
because Kelly's waiting on it. Our Kelly's waiting on the answer.
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they're
I need to
trying to
call her
figure
back.
out which Kelly specifically they're referring to, and I think it's one of his exes, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. Let's go.
Do that. I will do that here in just a minute then. I'm sorry, I'm trying to listen to
Also,
myself. But I will do that in just a minute. But, baby, I need you to cut people off. Like,
no, listen. Well, let me say something else. Oh my God, listen to me. Stop. Listen to me. So, Kelly also said though, she's like, we don't even really know this Brooke girl, and she also said, right? Listen, hold on. She also said that she just added Brooke like an hour ago, and then next thing we know,
I know.
here they are.
Handle that.
And keep in mind of one other thing. I also know that Brooke chats with Courtney like a motherfucker.
Not so much anymore, but yes, I do agree with that. I understand.
So we don't listen. Is it Brooke that leaked it? Is it Brooke that leaked it? Number one, and number two, was that even what Kelly are they actually talking about? We need to find out.
Yeah. Which Kelly are they talking about?
I will send a message then to Haley, but I will do my job here. I need you to do your job though that I'm asking you. I can't do this alone.
You're not doing it alone. I haven't told anybody about who's on my team. That's the issue.
I know, no, and I trust you, but you need to stop talking to people.
Okay, how do we know Brooke didn't do that? Okay,
we don't know, but I think we need to remove all elements of it. So I agree. We got to handle Brooke. I will handle Brooke myself.
No, I'm not saying handle her yet. Let's find out if she said it first. Let's ask Haley. Ask Haley. Ask that Haley girl.
I'm messaging right now. We are working on a possible question. Your live feed. Courtney. Who wants the Kelly for Sorry, I just sent it. She's normally pretty quick at responding. But if she tells me that you said something, this isn't going to be good ways because they're going to have access to the messages. So that's why I just wanted you to tell me if you had said anything at all. And I trust you that you didn't. I trust you that you didn't. Why are you being so quiet?
Well, I didn't tell her, but what if she says my name, though? I didn't tell her, though. I don't want them to see that on the chat. Damn, I should have.
If that's the case, if she does that, I'll try to delete it before anyone sees it.
I did not say that, though. Huh?
I know, baby, but... Oh, she said usually his ex, Kelly. Okay, so the live... Okay.
So can I call Kelly back and tell her about the other one?
1 second.
See?
1 second. 1 second. We got reports that you just wanted to check in. Someone said you a girl and on the way being named Kelly. If I'm just going to
Wait, don't say anything about somebody else named Kelly.
I'm not, but I'm trying to figure out. She just said usually it's his ex Kelly. Okay, so the live you just say you were talking about her, correct? People taking the outcome.
Hey, listen, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about Brooke. She seems like she's losing her shit, and she can't even.
I'm gonna handle it. I'm gonna handle it for you. I promise.
I think we should probably
do it delicately, unless you want to call her and handle it. But
yeah, of course I can try to call her, but you probably already know what's up with that, right? I'll try.
Yo, hold up, right? So when he says I feel like she's losing her shit, in reality, he just feels like he's losing grip. You know what I mean? He feel like he's losing control of the situation. It's out of his grip. You know what I mean?
I I can.
I'm
No,
trying
I'm
to
saying
handle a lot of things right now with the team and keep them
no.
calm. So.
Her numbers probably can't call it. That's what I'm talking about. I would love to. I mean, I will. Yeah.
Okay. I'm waiting to see if Haley messages me back. 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said Haley claims that she was talking about Kelly the ex, but we're trying to get a copy of the live, and if she said Kelly the admin, we're going to be fucked.
We're trying to get a copy.
Whoa. So, hold on. So,
Yeah, run that
Kelly
back.
with an eye. Hold on.
She said we're gonna be fucked. We trying to get them
So she
calls.
said Haley claims that she was talking about Kelly the ex, but we're trying to get a copy of the live, and if she said Kelly the admin, we're going to be fucked.
Cadman. Right, so,
Okay.
hold on. If she's talking about Kelly the ex, not a big deal. But if they're
Right.
talking about Kelly with an eye, that's a part of the admin of that page.
They're saying they're fucked, basically.
They're fucked.
But they are saying they're trying to get a copy of the live, so we'll see.
But she said she was talking about Kelly the ex, but I can't
Why would she lie?
enough that. No, I trust that she won't. But I want to get a copy of the live, first and foremost. I'm just asking you from the bottom of my heart to just, people are misconstruing information. I agree that we need to get Brooke out of here. We're going to handle it.
So we're gonna cut Brooke out of the equation completely.
We're going to have to at this point, and I just need to handle it that way.
She's
too reckless.
Yeah.
And uppity, and she's causing me a lot of stress today. I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm really fucking stressed right now. I'm trying to not be. Just trying to keep it calm. Brooke is stressing me the fuck out. Because she's sending me a million text messages every 5 seconds. Like, every 5 seconds. My phone keeps going off with text messages. And, like, I'm working my full-time job.
Just remember, even though she's sweet, remember how she was writing those 25-page letters?
I know,
mean,
crazy.
So, she's out there, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, he seems a little stressed himself, to be honest. Like, he seems a little stressed and confused, actually. Confused about the whole situation.
I don't know, man. I need to find. I'm confused on who Brooke is again, and I need some clarification, man. Chad, help me out, man.
Kelly, though, and them at this point, because this has happened, we're losing some trust. I don't think we're losing it by any means. I think we'll.
I'm gonna call her back. Stop. I'm done talking about that. I'm calling her back.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm done talking about losing anything. I'm not losing shit. I love you.
Talk to me real quick. Don't hang up on me. Don't hang up on me.
What? You're talking about losing? I'm not losing shit.
They're going to tell you to. Kelly's going to tell you you have to cut off anybody else that you're talking to, or else they're not going to be in it. So that's their.
I'm having a good.
And she'll tell you that too.
All right, I'm talking to her. I will. I love you. Goodbye. I love you.
I love you.
Call you back.
I love you.
Call 6.
Hey.
He wasn't trying to hear none of that.
Are you going to quit on me?
She was trying to give him advice. He ain't trying to hear it.
Hey. Do you want the...
And this is Kelly with an eye, right? So, I don't know if you've been under a rock, but you've had some situations with Kelly with an eye and her husband. So, pay close attention, man.
You want the good news or the good news? Good news?
You're funny.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. Good. All right. Yeah, I had her message to Haley on that page, and the messages are literally, I don't know if you have access, but anyways, the messages are right there. And I did that, like, everybody could see what was written, like, in our team. It was, the messages are there, and wrote to fucking Haley and said, and Jesse handled it, said it the right way, was real good about what she did, and this and that. And the Haley literally said, Kelly the X, E-X, Kelly the X, like the ex-girlfriend. Well, hold on 1 second. Also, I want to tell you this. Even better news for you as well.
Hold on. Maybe my mind, and I'm distracted with everyday life, but something that's not what was going on just now with fucking Jesse, bro. Sums up.
Well, I told Jesse, I said, listen, because Jesse's actually been telling me this, like, the girl Brooke is like, I don't know,
hold up.
like, she's sweet, right? But
hold up, right?
I'm not.
in the beginning of the call, right? He apologized multiple times, and they came across like insincere and weak. You know what I mean? Like really, unauthentic. Not authentic. You know what I mean?
Not saying she's distrustworthy, but she's not doing shit, and she's like kind of crazy. She's kind of crazy too, a little bit, like in some type of way. So, anyways, I told her, I'm like, yo, we need to get rid of her, and she's like, all right, she's on Jesse's doing a work call right now, but she's gonna get with Brooke, and she's gonna handle that situation, like she said, delicately, and we're gonna sever ties with her. So, again, Kelly, your name was not said in any way. It was only Kelly that acted, and that's exactly what Haley said, and she's the one that said it. Also, we're going to get I know we can get a copy of that live, too, to verify, but she literally said Kelly, the ex, literally said that.
Yo,
I just
hold
asked
up.
her.
It's crazy, right? Because as he manipulates each individual, it's like he picks up little things along the way from different people and applies them same tactics and manipulates people and applies them ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He learns and applies as he goes.
Yeah.
So everything's cool. I didn't say your name to nobody. I would literally die today, tomorrow, or in 50 years from now before I ever even said your name to a fucking person, other than the people we're dealing with. Then you can bet that. You can bet that. So everything's cool. Wasn't your name. Brooke is about to be off the team. So it'll just be you, Shannon, Jesse, and Valerie, and our team right now. That's it. Nobody knows who we are. Everything's fine. Nobody knows who nobody is, and nothing like that. And we're cutting Brooke out. That's what's going on. So I hope that, I know me and you were cool, and I just want to let you know, like, but like, I consider everybody that, is like helping me in this way, like you 4 people, right? Like all 4 of you, like, delicate to me, like, I want to keep you guys safe, like, I care about y'all, like, it means a lot to me, like, so I would never, like, go out of my way to do anything but do that right there. That's it. And, yeah, I appreciate you a lot, and, like, I'm not talking to anybody on the tablets and shit, like, I'm not adding people, like, I'm not being reckless, like, I'm being controlled and containing myself very well, just as I should, and know how to do easily. So I'm straight, like I'm good, and we're good, and everything's good, like everything's cool. Everything's cool, and Brooke's getting out of there. We're gonna go ahead and
Hold
take her
up.
out of there, yeah.
So he just said I didn't bring your name up once, not one time, right? But didn't he just mention her multiple times on that last call? Or am I mistaken?
No, he cleared that up and said to only his team and the people that he
Right.
works with.
I was gonna bring that up, unless that was his team, quote unquote team, he was referring to speaking
Yeah,
to.
Jesse's
Okay.
the big dog.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just giving context here for the chat. Salute.
Like, we need to be very, like, we can't, the jail rules are the jail rules, like, and
Yeah.
that's just how it is, and they need to be followed, because
Yeah.
that's dumb, like, those are dumb things,
Okay.
to, like, push to
I got
do.
it.
Like, there's ways to do other things to generate
Right.
support. And
I agree with
it
you.
ain't that. It ain't breaking the rules. So,
You're right, Kelly.
just so you know.
You're right. I got this. Moving forward, we got this. I got this. I can do my part and not do that. You know what I mean? I got this. And we'll be able to, like, be straight. And, like, I just, like, okay, so I just wanted to, like, call.
Yo, is Kelly some kind of like half-ass handler on the low?
I don't know, but he keeps saying, "I got this. Don't worry, I got this."
Am I missing something?
He says like
Something's
so
up.
many times. It's like he's talking. It's like
Something is
talking to a
not
broad.
right. I'm
Oh,
telling you.
this is a missing piece to the puzzle, right?
Paul, obviously give you that good information, like comfort you a little bit and know that everything's okay, and we're gonna get rid of Brooke. And just like, I guess just ask you, like, are you okay now with
I'll be better
with
once
still
I
being
see
like,
the light.
okay,
Yeah, I mean, I'll
cool,
be better once I see the light.
cool, yeah, for sure. For sure. But thankfully, I talked directly to the girl who was on the live and said it, and that's what she said. So, pretty sure we're cool. You know what I mean? But yeah.
We got to be able to see the live that they're referring to. Because I think we need some context.
That Haley girl.
How do you talk directly to the girl?
Not me. My page. Instagram, not me,
okay.
I'm sorry, not me. Okay, I called Jesse, told her to get on the Instagram page, and message her. Right, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm not talking to her or that coordinator. I'm not talking to that. No, I'm not talking to nobody.
You just need to be super careful about who you're talking to, just because everyone is taking things and just blowing them up, and it's dumb attention. It's not necessary, like, at all.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Shannon wants you to call her.
I got this.
Did you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to, Yeah, I'll call her right now. When we're done.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Okay.
Are you mad? Are you, mad at me?
No. Nope. Just, frustrated. That's all. Not at you.
Are you gonna quit on me?
Stop. There's a reason I'm here. So.
All right.
What's that reason, Kelly with an I? What is that reason? Your reason for being here is what?
I need you. I need you.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna, tell you, you gotta follow this shit, because getting in trouble over stupid shit isn't smart.
Okay.
I'm not supposed to get all of this off today. So, okay. Well, call Shannon. She wants to talk to you.
All right, I'll call her.
I'm not mad. I'm just, still trying to, figure out what the fuck happened.
All right. Well.
Okay.
All right. Your name was not said, okay? Everything's okay.
Please call her.
All right, I'll call her right now. You can tell her I'll call her right now. All right, bye-bye. All right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
Yeah.
Shout out to phone calls from prison. As always, you are ready.
Yeah. So, he's talking that I need you shit, man. Sounding like a whole sucker. What you think?
Something's up with him and Kelly, man, and I want to know what's going on, because they have a different kind of rapport that maybe we're not picking up, but seems like she has almost the same kind of control over him as Jesse, in a sense, and there's something that we're not picking up, and I need to find this out. I want to know what's the next call going to be like. Sarah, we're coming for you.
I'm outside. He inside. You don't want him to die, yeah, you want him to suffer. You don't want him to die, yeah, you want him to suffer. Put him on the other side, he's scared for his life. They gonna eat him alive, you know he's living a lie. You know he's living a lie. Hate all of us, yeah, fuck the damn numbers. You know that we changing the shit. You two streets from the gutter, we love each other, yeah, we all be brothers, and you can't stop that shit. Yeah, we put your channel on, we still don't know who you is. They say Eric got rid of you cause you was kissing Chris. Yeah, shit, flip your wrist. Doing all these voodoo dolls, who you think you Chris 66? I heard you got those dirty draws, like you duty wrong. We is the U2 streets, he is the U2 police, he's just doing his job. I set your ass up for greatness, I'm gonna throw you a lob. All you gotta do is catch it, baby, and don't flip flop. Yeah, don't flip flop. Life is a beach, life is a beach. but please don't flip-flop. She taking the pictures with inmates, you know that she's at that commissary gift shop. You know that she got that package up her ass, she needs to go make a pit stop. She told him that she found love, and then she told him to get lost. The vision with them kids doing the bid, and now he's pissed off. Go to prison, get your GD, you should've just listened to me. Them gummies, yeah, them CBDs, them late nights you got BD, yeah. I ain't your baby, but you still tryna rob me to sleep, huh? I guess I could've bought your heart, but talk is cheap. You don't want him to die, yeah, you want him to suffer. Yeah, you want him to suffer. She gon' wait to get paid. She go, he balancing the grape on his goddamn penis. Kelly, yes, 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 she seen this. White boy wearing Billabong, let me go and fill a bong. Let me smoke a bowl, get higher than I'm dealing strong. Do this shit for my damn son like I'm dealing moon. She say I'm the damn maniac and she kill the mood. Bitch, you be shallow like a kiddie pool. She didn't even send a news, she just sent a pic of some lingerie swimsuits. She was sending that same pic to some different dudes. She said I broke, yeah, a bunch of them written rules. She say I'm about to kill the mic, so let's run the jewels. Wade wants to fuck Amanda, so Jesse's old news. Actually, he wants to fuck Amanda. And Jesse, you look like one too. I'm just kidding, I'm just being so silly. Real name Dylan, but the bitches call me Dilly. Free boy Eric, he ain't doing too well. Like Free Willy, yeah, you know I need a scale so I can get busy. Spin the block a couple times, get dizzy. Yo, Tommy be talking about magic, but it's shitty. I see some real magic when I took my kids to Disney. I heard Wade hurt Disney just like he's Diddy. I'm about to drop the link in the chat, let's get litty. Now send me to heaven like Biggie. I dance on their grace, I do the gritty. I did a lot of wrong in my life, I need no pity. The way I was treating my wife, it was some shitty. Like a Chinese restaurant, I wanna put my knife in the kitty. Man, let's ride around town, see the lights in the city. They try to pull me over, yeah, them right, said it with me. Fuck away, Wilson, yeah, I smoke them in a swishy. You got the visitation, you just gotta kiss it. Yeah, them lonely nights, yeah, I know this bitch miss me. I'm about to shoot a motherfucker, hustle man, Rizzy. This bitch say I'm crazy like the cousin of Breezy. I'm smoking, yeah, I'm buzzing, yeah, this rapping shit be easy. I'm sneaking in the house, I'm not trying to make a creep, yeah. I might just take myself out, I feel like little peep, yeah. I love your voice, girl, yeah, shout out to Deech, yeah. When I drop this link, now you belong to the streets, yeah. Tired of doing laundry, put the plastic on the sheets. The ratchet underneath the mattress, yeah, I keep the heat, huh. When it's cold outside, tell me to my face, are you gon' ride? Are you gonna be like Jesse, or you hide? Oh, positive blood, that is my type. I can't even type, I can't even text. Why we got these trolls on my motherfucking neck? 301, not for one, throw up my set. In the damn club, I'm believing I'ma throw up some bread. Anorexic, throw the damn ball, interception. You was on the phone with Wade, he had erection. And you got a husband at home that's domestic. And he used the one that I love as a weapon. We gon' get that money up now at the West End. I don't give a fuck about you, I know your best friend. Shout out to Dave on the pod, he's gonna be my best man at my next wedding. She gon' get the plug tap outlet, yeah, it's embedded. You don't have to get that, baby, do not sweat it. Snakes in the grass, you can see them all shedding. That is temptation, please don't bet it. Privacy strikes, said that shit don't work. Jesse's in the bushes, said she lurk. Former Wade wives in the chat, yeah, they flirt. And some of them are not, they got a life and they work. The best sales, what's on the next tells the church. Yeah, the best tales when she gon' be coming head first. I don't like to fail, yeah, you know that is the worst. She got a picture of Wade up in her wallet in her purse. She like, wait for me, boy. Even though he ain't never getting out, Jesse. But you still think he is? You gon' wait for him? Man, good luck.